Yo, yo, what is going on? This is Ricardo, the Code 7 Podcast Network, and we are about to get started with Open Mic Live. But first, as always, a word from our sponsor.
At InDigital, we know the public safety professionals hold themselves to a high standard. In fact, standard doesn't do it justice. In over 25 years working alongside you, carrying millions of calls over our IP networks, your dedication has inspired us. That's why our ESI Net goes beyond industry standards, not only I3 compliant, but designed to adapt to future development for a network you can count on when it matters most. Learn more at indigital.net.
August 24th, 2016, the I Am 901 movement is born. One of my personal stories set the tone for this movement. What started out as a way to raise awareness for the reclassification issue for dispatchers quickly turned into peer support. 911 professionals from all over the world were sharing their stories. On Facebook alone, at that time, the engagements were over 34 million. It spawned a peer support session at conferences called Imagine Listening, where dispatchers shared their stories out loud or on paper. For years, I have been asked if this would ever become a book, coming June 2023.
And available now for pre-order on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
From Titletown Publishing, Imagine Listening. Your worst day is our everyday. If Within the Trenches has ever taught you something, open your eyes to what it is like to be a 911 dispatcher, or has inspired you to become one, then help support us and join our Patreon. Get exclusive bonus content, one-of-a-kind swag, discounts on merchandise, ad-free early access to new episodes, and much more. To join, please visit patreon.com/WTT podcast. And if you're an industry partner, we have something for you as well. And now, for the show.
This is Jordan, and you're listening to the Code 7 Podcast Network.
Warning. This episode contains the 3 A's of podcasting: adult content, adult language, and awesomeness. You've been warned.
Dispatch.
There is no one over here to cook our lunch. We are waiting for our lunch, and there's no one here to cook our lunch.
All right, calm down. Where are you at?
The group home. Now, what are you going to do?
We'll get some help over there for you, okay?
Welcome to Open Mic, where we visit the lighter side of dispatch, because laughing is good medicine. Yo, yo! This is Ricardo, the Code 7 Podcast Network, and we are getting started here with Open Mic Live, and this live broadcast is sponsored by InDigital, a leader next-gen core services. Big shout out to subscribers of the podcast. As always, I wouldn't be able to do what I do if it wasn't for all of you, especially all of you who are here right now, watching, listening, sharing, supporting, all of it. Thank you so very much. It has been a week, and my notifications are blowing up. I asked a random question, and we're going to discuss that tonight. I'll get to that here in just a moment, but I just want to thank everybody for everything. Things have been really good. You know, usually I am not only here with all of you on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, but I'm also on TikTok at the same time. I decided to take a break from TikTok for tonight, and I'm going to be doing a separate one on that platform in a couple days. So I'm going to make sure to put something out there for that. But either way, things have been really good. Been a lot of big things happening, and I'll talk about some of those here coming up in just a moment as well. But what is your number? How are you coming in today? I'm coming in today at about an 8. Got a little bit of heartburn because I had a mangonada earlier today, and man, it was super good. Super good. If you don't know what a mangonada is, Google it. It is really good though, man. Super good. So what is your number? Because this is what we do when we check in for Open Mic Live. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being shitty, 10 being awesome, where are you at? Hook me up. Also, roll call. Where are you watching from? See, you got James and Vanessa jumping in here. What up? What up? James, I don't see what you have in the comments. It looks just like a blank. At least on my end, it's blank. So, Vanessa, good evening. Joining from the desk again. Hello. Tonight at an 8. All right. Awesome. So we're right there. We're right there. Jason, how's it going? How's it going? Unwinding after a busy day at dispatch. All right. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. Yeah, that's good. This is awesome. So, as others start joining in here, please make sure to throw in some reactions, share this broadcast as well, get some more people in here, share some more stories and everything. And I'll be going through. Wait, I am a 10. Got the lawnmower to start. Yes. Awesome, dude. That is excellent. Um, I love it when people come in with big numbers and everything. This is good. And even if you've got a low number, throw it in there. I want to see it. We'll try to get that number up there too. So I put out episode 500, a milestone, an epic episode 500. And this was a combination of two different open mic sessions. One was this past March at the Mayan Ranch, and that is during the leadership training. Basically like a summit that goes on. There's a bunch of people there from all over the United States, and that is put on by the 360-degree dispatcher that's run by Joe Serio and his right hand Karen. Amazing people, such a good time. If you've never been there, man, make sure to jump on that, because that place, that is an experience. And I've been there as the closer doing Imagine Listening, and this one past March I did open mic. Joe had no idea that I was gonna be doing episode 500, so it started there, and then I did a part 2 to, episode 500, but I combined them all into that one episode that I put out a couple days ago. The second part was at National Nina. It was a packed room, and it was just phenomenal. So thank you, all of you, for being there, for being part of that, and, things have just been excellent. Episode 501 has already gone out to subscribers of the podcast. Superb episode with Hannah, and I can't say enough about Hannah. She is freaking awesome. If you don't know who she is, either way, I cannot wait for you to listen to that episode. It's a very good one. Let's see, Jason. I am about a 5 now. Walking out of work, I was at about a 3. Tuning in from Montana. All right. Well, let's see if we can get that number up there even more so. And you're walking out, so yeah. Like you said, winding down. So this is good. Now you can't hear it, but I can hear it. I can hear my notifications going off for what I was talking about. And again, we'll get to that here in a moment. Um, a quick book update. The relaunch and everything will be hitting July 24th. Oh man, July 24th. And it was originally June 20th, and it did launch. Crazy shit happened. Good crazy shit happened though. And that is the fact that there were so many people that pre-ordered. We had to push the date back just to keep up with demand. And even at this time, demand is super high. It's the book is available for like pre-order at Walmart as well. Walmart, Target, like all of these retailers. It's crazy, but crazy good. It's a good thing. We're already in the second printing of this. And also today, the ebook was launched. So you are also able to get the ebook off of Amazon right now. If you want to get it early, if you want to read it before anybody else, you can do so by going to Amazon. And right now it's like number 3 for ebooks, for bestsellers, and then it's number 1 for new releases. Woo! Pretty crazy. Pretty awesome. And in the comments, I just put the link in there. So Vanessa says, love that you release an ebook of it. Yes. So it's on there for Amazon right now and it's exploding. And people have been writing saying how incredible the stories are. And that's all because of all of you. I have some of my own personal stories in there as well. And I have a few things that I wrote in there. And it's just, it's really doing very well. But again, it wouldn't be anything if it wasn't for all of you. So thank you so much. But also a big thanks to my publisher, Tracy, and her right hand, Lori, and everyone at Titletown Publishing. You are all amazing. Thank you so, so very much. Um, I don't know what else to say because things have just been really good, and it's been a long time coming, and wow, it has just been awesome. Thank you all for the support, and we're going to continue. The I am 911 movement continues. So much more stuff that is coming up. Um, so make sure to look out for all of that. And let me see. Let me let me look back over here at my notes really quick. If you're going to be over at the APCO conference that's coming up in a few weeks in Nashville, I'm going to be in the booth within Digital, and I'll be doing a book signing there, and I'll be speaking and doing a few other things. So if you're going to be there and you want to purchase a book there, or I'm sorry, there's a giveaway that's going to be going on. I might have some to purchase as well if you don't get there in time for the giveaway, but I'll be able to sign them there as well. Or if you end up getting your book from Amazon or whatever retailer before that APCO conference and you're going to be there, I'll find me and I'll sign it up for you as well. So a lot of good things happening, a lot of big things. And one more big thing that is happening. Let me put this on the screen here really quick. Happy birthday. Now Wonder Woman turns 4, and this is going to be next week. They're going to have an auction and everything that's going to be going on. And so let me read this here really quick. I've never known a place of such support and joy. Our 911 professionals need that. They need to understand they aren't alone. There are so many centers that don't have that support. So that's quote a lot of different things that are going to be coming out from this organization. And I want to just read really quick what it says on the on their post for this. And I'm also going to share the link here really quick for all of you so that you can go and check it out. This is an auction again that they're going to be doing. And there's a lot of cool things that they have available. So there's an overview portion and then there's the auction portion. And when you go over to the auction portion, you'll see everything that's on there. And so it shows, register to bid, starts in one day, but it shows all the items that have been donated for this auction to celebrate the 4-year birthday of 911 Wonder Women Inc., an amazing nonprofit organization that is doing many things for the women and men of 911. So make sure to check that out. Again, a lot of good things. And I did say that I was going to read this here. I had to get back over here to the right spot. But it says, we cordially invite you to help the 911 Wonder Woman community celebrate its 4th birthday next week. July 10th through the 14th, we'll be hosting a virtual auction where you can bid on items donated by so many of the companies and people we all know and love. On our auction site, you'll be able to bid on an item, donate to our fundraiser, and set up a fundraising team. You can check out the fundraiser here, and that's the link that I put in the comments already. And then they're going to be sharing some impactful statements, this is one of them, the one that's on the screen here that they've received from. It says, from our graciously supportive community to help us celebrate how far we have come. We couldn't do this without you. And then it says, tag in there someone that has helped you grow in 911. And then all of the different industry partners and everything are in there listed for those who have helped out and put different things on there. There's an Imagine Listening book in there as well, signed copy, and all different kinds of things like from Hello 911, Hero Light Training, a bunch of stuff. So make sure to check them out, share this up, and then again in about in a day, I believe, the 10th through the 14th, once again, um, is when the auction starts. So again, make sure to check it out. Congratulations and happy birthday, and it's going to be really good. So there we are. There you have it. And then let me look back at my notes over here really quick. It looks like there's a bunch of people who have just been who have been oh my god, there are tons of comments. I will get to this part here in just one moment, I promise. 4th of July. 4th of July was just 4 days ago. I hope you all had an excellent one. I know, my family and I did. We had fun. In the edition that we live in, there's fireworks going on all over the place. People just shooting off mortars, and it's just like craziness. We went a little light this year. Last year, we had about 300 or more dollars worth of fireworks, and we still had some left over. So if you have any funny stories or any funny calls or anything that you took, throw them in the comments and I will read them. But I'm just going to tell you a couple stories here really quick. Um, so we had some fireworks left over, as I said, from last year. And it was just like a cube, okay? It was a cube, and they looked like bullets inside, and then it had a short fuse, and all they did was shoot up. You know, they just shot up in the air, just pop, pop, pop. That's all it was doing. Nothing big, you know, nothing crazy. Again, the box was like this big. It was not that big at all. Okay. We wanted to get rid of them. Oh, James says I was off. That goodness, or thank goodness, maybe. Maybe that's why I am still at a 10. Probably. I can just imagine all of you who were working in dispatch at the time and everyone calling in and saying, I'm pretty sure these are gunshots. I'm pretty sure. I remember some of my partners saying, okay, just did you hear a fizzle? Was there a fizzle or anything? Because gunshots don't like they don't fizzle. And and people would say, I know what I heard. I know. And you're just, okay, all right, I got you. We're good. We'll get somebody out there. Do you want contact? No. And I think I said this last week. A lot of people will end up saying, no, I want to remain unanimous. Sounds good. You can remain unanimous if you want. Oh man. The shit was always funny. But of course, if I was the one giving it over the radio, I would end up saying it. Oh shit. Let me see over here. Vanessa says, I worked that night, was surprised that there was only 2 firework complaint calls the entire night. What? No. That's some unicorn shit right there. That doesn't always happen. Well done. Rebecca, what's going on? Rebecca says, I worked. It was not a bad night until nightfall. We handled about 150 calls, fire EMS only, in 3 hours. Damn. Okay. So if you're doing fire and EMS only, did things catch on fire? 1. And 2, was there like some medical shit that happened too? I mean, it happens. And I'll say this. So a couple of those boxes, the fuse, I mean, it was like tiny. And the the land was kind of wet. So I went to light one of them and it went super fast. And I like slipped. I was like, ah, and my daughters are going, run, dad. Oh man, it was funny, but it was also kind of scary because the fuse, like I said, was short and it went super fast. And not long after I got up the little hill as I'm running, they're they're shooting off, man. So here's another thing. Now again, I said these little fireworks that we had, these old ones, they're from a year ago, okay? And one of the boxes, one of the boxes had one missing, and I thought, and it wasn't just because it was missing. It just felt weird, okay? It felt weird. Like, all the other ones were pretty intact, and this one, my gut was like, maybe you shouldn't." But I'm a dumbass sometimes, like a lot of people, like dudes. We're stupid sometimes, okay? So I went ahead and lit it. Oh, man. So they're going. The last few, though, started, like, going different directions, and we're like, "Ah!" Now, they're, like, this big, okay? Probably wouldn't do too much damage, but it was still something. It was still scary. It didn't come towards us, but they were going in different directions instead of going straight up. Like, they were going up and then, like, right and left as they're in the air. They weren't coming directly, towards us, but still, we're like, I was like, Let's get back, get back." It was it was funny, but it was also like, "Oh, shit." Let's see, Rebecca says, "Mainly rubbish fires, trash can type fires, 1 garage fire, and 1 structure fire." Oof. We got the first fireworks injury as we were handing off the 3rd shift. Damn. Yeah. The crazy things, though, and I don't know if any of you have ever gotten these calls, but, um, sometimes in the news, they'll show, like, a barge, right, when they're out in the lake or something, and something malfunctions, and it sets off all of them at the same time, and, like, you can see people jumping out of the boat into the water, or the barge rather, and it's just like just craziness. Have any of you gotten any of those calls? Because I can just imagine someone who's sitting on land watching all of that happening and calling and being like, "Yo, we're here at a fireworks show and shit just went down." Like, whoa, that's pretty crazy. I remember taking phone calls, a lot of phone calls for fireworks, but nothing like that, nothing to that magnitude. Oh, so also, um, a story from years ago. Um, like, our families, like, there was like 4 or 5 families. We all got together, and in this one big addition, people are just lighting off fireworks everywhere. And we had these tubes set up for mortars to go up. And the way that one of my buddies had them originally set up, like, it put one in there first, and I forget how it wasn't very stable, okay? And so it was like the backyard, and then it went down a hill a little bit, and then it was flat, and that's where we were. And so there was 3 tubes up, and actually there was 3 that were going at the same time. Well, 2 went up at the same time, and 1 in the middle tipped back towards us. That was scary because that was a mortar. And as soon as it tipped, we all 3 of us were like, running, running, and everyone else that was up on top of the hill in the back of the house were just, "Run!" And that thing, "Foomp," flew out. and we like jumped out of the way, and it luckily again, so this was a hill going down and then the flat area. So it flew and hit the land or the hill, like right in the middle of the hill and just and we're just standing there looking at each other like, okay, you guys need to work this out because we have a lot of mortars and that's not going to happen again. That was crazy. That was some crazy shit. That I will never forget. Oh, they did set it up differently and everything was fine after that, but that first one, man, holy hell. That right there was friggin' nuts. Whew. Let's see over here. Rebecca says, we had that in one of the suburbs. 2 injuries. Believe they will be okay. Have not been following the news stories. Damn. See? That's craziness right there. But for real, we were hauling ass. I can see it in my head right now because we watched the 2 go up, but as they went, it was almost in slow motion, at least for me, it was almost in slow motion, them going up, and as they're going, like, you can hear the "foomp, foomp," and as you hear that "foomp," that middle one, it it made it flip, towards us, and it was just, "No!" Oh, man, it was friggin' nuts. Again, something I will never forget. Now, I'm sure what I'm going to say next, many of you have done this with black cats. Not an actual animal. I'm talking about the little firecrackers, black cats. A lot of times they come in a little package and they're wrapped up and it's all the fuses are wrapped into one and you can light them and then you throw them and it's like "Trrrr," all crazy loud and shit, right? Or you have older cousins who are like, yeah, hold on to it, and then when it gets close, throw it. That's how shit happens, right? That's how you end up having other people open up bottles for you later on because these are no longer there. So I remember I can't believe I'm saying this. I remember, um, I don't remember how old I was. I was 7, maybe 8, and I'm with my older cousins, and they're lighting off black cats, and they're just like throwing them, and we're having fun. It's 4th of July, and they're like, "Richie, you do it. You do it, Richie." I'm like, "Nah, no, I don't want to." Like, "No, that kinda scares me." They're like, "Come on, dude." So I did. And I had asked them, like, "When do you know when to throw it?" "When do you know when to throw it?" And they're like, when it gets close, then you throw it." And I remember asking, like, "Why don't I just light it and then throw it instead of waiting?" And they're like, "No, we'll tell you when to throw it." Well, they fucking forgot to tell me when to throw it because I was listening to them. So I'm holding on to it, right? I'm holding on to it like this, and I'm watching it, and they're like, "Oh, throw, throw, throw!" And I threw it. And when I threw it, I think it was probably about here when it popped, but it popped enough that I remember like powder and shit going on my hand, and it burned. Stupid. This is why all of you in 911 will always have a job because people are stupid. Yeah. Yep. And it's true. I'm not talking smack about anybody specifically, just in general. This is stupid stuff that happens. Oh man. And no one is in the comments who have said, "Oh yeah, we did that too." I'm the only one who's admitting this. That's okay. That is quite all right. Oh man. There's a lot of stuff that I remember us doing as kids. Um hold on. So, really quick, and this isn't a 911 thing, but really quick, this is just something else that we did growing up. And during Easter time, so we would have they're known as confetti eggs, basically. They're it's the shell of the egg and it's cracked up on top and it has confetti inside. And we would all do this. We would have the confetti and everything and we would run around and we would smash them on each other's heads, and the confetti would go all over the place. Well, we ran out and there was still some shells left, but they were empty, okay? They didn't have confetti in them. So what did us kids do? We end up going inside the house and we get ketchup and mustard. We get ketchup and mustard, okay? And we end up putting it in the eggs and we're running around smashing the adults with the eggs and they were pissed. What little assholes, man. Us assholes, all of us. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Man, were we the only weird ones? Like, were we the only ones who did this shit growing up? Nobody watching this right now, none of you guys did this? Nobody wants to admit it. They're like, "Nah, man, I'm not gonna put that in the comments. Uh-uh. I'm not gonna say that shit." Oh, okay, so I wanna talk about this. This is what I was saying that I posted, and a bunch of people have been responding now. Holy moly. Okay, yeah. All right, here we go. So, actually, let me get this picture cuz I want to put this picture on the screen. I can't believe this. And I want your input. I want to know your thoughts, okay? So, growing up, again, this was a random question that I put out there and a bunch of people answered, okay? So I wanted to share this on open mic tonight because I thought it was funny. And I've got some audio too that I can play. I can play some funny 911 calls. If we have time, I'll play some of those and we can discuss those. So, we have several people in the audience watching and my random question was, what movie traumatized you growing up? Okay? Again, growing up, what movie traumatized you? So I decided to start, and this is what I started with. This is the movie that traumatized me a bit growing up. Oh, Vanessa says Anaconda without a doubt. Oh, that's definitely one of them. Yeah. Especially when John Voight gets eaten and then spit out and like he winks, like all of his skin. Yeah. that one is pretty bad. But this one right here, this is the never-ending story. Never-ending story. Love this movie. Love it. But this scene right here, this scene is fucked up. Fucked up. Jamie, what's going on? Yes. Spoiler alert, the horse doesn't make it, okay? This swamp, like, depressing is basically what it is. Like, it's depressing, and the more you let it take over you, the more you sink, and then you're gone. And the horse's name is Artax. The kid on the right side is Atreyu, and he's this warrior, right? And he ends up in this spot, and he notices that the horse is starting to sink, and he can't pull him out or anything. But Vanessa says that one was traumatizing too, but for me as a kid, because it was never ending. Yeah, exactly. Um, so he's like, "Come on, stupid horse." He actually says that. He's like, "Come on, stupid horse, don't let it." And he's like, "You're my friend. I love you." And you're just like, "Oh my god. Oh my god." Like, I can't believe this is happening right now. And then he's gone. Gone. And then Atreyu's trying to get through this swamp, but now he's depressed, so he's sinking, and he's just like up to here. And then Falkor, the luck dragon, ends up coming and saving him before this freaking wolf comes to eat him. A spoiler alert, and so that this isn't a complete downer, Artax comes back. Okay? In the end, he ends up coming back. Super good movie, but here's the thing. I showed this movie to my kids. Okay? Great movie. Completely forgot about this scene. Even though it's one that traumatized me, and maybe that's why, because I blocked it out or something. But I forgot about this scene, and my daughters are just and their mom is like, "Dude." I said, "What?" And I look up, and it's this scene. I'm like, so I start like I skip the scene, and they're like, "What happened? Oh no, did he die?" It was horrible, man. My daughters are just like looking at me, like tears just all, eyes shrink wrapped with tears already. And they're just me, 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 me. And I said, "It's okay. It's okay. He comes back. Don't worry. He comes back." And they're like, "Okay, okay. He better come back." And he does, right? He does. But this scene, man, is traumatizing. So I posted this because I wanted to see what others thought. I wanted to see what, not just with this scene, but any other movie or anything. See, Jamie over here says Homeward Bound was another one, but only the first time you watched it when you think that Shadow died. Oh, yeah. And like there's a lot of movies like that, right? When you see something and you're thinking that the main character is about to die. So, prime example, Toy Story 3. Towards the end, they're in this like incinerator, and they're all like holding hands, and they're going into the fire. And it's pretty close. And I remember my daughters are just, "Are they really gonna die?" And I look at my kid's mom and I said, "Dude, like, are they really gonna do this?" Because that's how close they get to dying. Oh, Fox and the Hound was another one. Yeah, dude. See? So I wanna read from the list what people had said, okay? I wanna read from the list here because there were, a bunch of responses. So I wanna see here really quick what everyone said. Oh, man. Okay, so even, like, on the podcast one, there's a bunch of them that came in here. Okay, so let's go through these, okay? Let's go through some of these. I'm gonna switch this. There we go. Take a picture of that. Or it should be, yeah, that's better. Okay, so The Shining. The Shining was in here. I'll never check a bathtub. What? It says, I'll forever check a bathtub for a dead hoe." Oh, man, that's funny. Let's see, someone says The Ring, okay, and, that one was something, right? It's The Ring, right? It's The Ring where they watch the video and you get a phone call and it's like 7 days, like, "You've got 7 days to live because 'cause you've watched that video now." I think that's the one, isn't it? Um, yeah, something like that. Because that's also it's the girl who crawls out of the TV and she's like, and, like, head is and then looks up. Let's see, my good friend Erica here, she goes, "Same," talking about, um, The Neverending Story. She says, "Same, but I had to watch it all the time because it was all my cousin's favorite movie, and I didn't want them to know it scared me." Oh, that's funny. Another person says, "Agreed." Another person says, 100%. And then it says, "That and Watership Down or Nightmare on Elm Street with Freddy under the bed." Dude. Okay. Cool. Let's talk about that one here really quick. That's this I'm pretty sure that's the scene, with Johnny Depp, right? He's like 19 or 20 in that movie, and he has a waterbed, and he's laying there asleep with his headphones on, he's listening to music, and Freddy's head just, like, pops up, and then he just, like, pulls him down into it, slashes him, and then, like, explosion of everything. That movie was crazy, man. Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street. I remember seeing that as a kid. But I will say, my parents were like, and your parents were maybe like this as well. But let me explain. It's like my parents, they didn't hide anything from us. They would tell us, "This is just a movie." And it was all about the story and stuff. And the horror genre is my favorite genre of movie. And um again, they never hid anything from us. When a movie, especially back in those days, said PG, parental guidance, that's exactly what they did. Now that movie was rated R, but it was basically parental guidance for them because again, they didn't hide anything from us. They taught us about, swear words and all this other stuff and like this crazy shit that you would see Freddy doing. And they were like, "This is just a movie. If it scares you, turn your head, close your eyes." And of course, if there was any nudity, they're like, "Turn around now." So, we didn't see any of that stuff, but I remember seeing some of these movies growing up. And again, those are the types of movies that I love because those stories and the suspense, the music, like all of that stuff I get into. But Nightmare on Elm Street was fucked up. Let's see. So one of my cousins posted simply a picture, a GIF rather, and it looks creepy as fuck, but it is the little girl from The Exorcist. That is another movie that's pretty traumatizing. That one is crazy, crazy. but I like it. Like I said, the horror genre is my favorite genre. Let's see. We've got someone else over here that says Mars Attacks. Mars Attacks traumatized them. Another person says Rumpelstiltskin. I just bit my cheek. Ow. Rumpelstiltskin. I remember that movie. That one was, again, gross, traumatizing. Oh, Vanessa says The People Under the Stairs. Dude, yes. That one was crazy too. I remember that one. Oof. Let's see. We've got another person over here that says creepy, scary movies have always been my favorite. I do remember as a young teen going to the theater to see King Kong. I left crying because how could they just kill King Kong like that? See? It doesn't have to be like a scary movie or anything like that. It's just like this one right here. It's just like the never ending story. There's a scene that you remember. Yes. So, like this person here says, how could they just kill King Kong? What dicks? Let's see. Another person here says Pet Cemetery. Oh, Carly over here said Pet Cemetery as well. Yeah, that one is crazy too. Oof. Fire in the Sky. Oh, that is another one. And that is even more interesting because Fire in the Sky apparently is based off a true story, right? So, let's say for example, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That starts out saying based on true events, right? And they show the video, they show them going downstairs into the basement to look around, and then Leatherface jumps out and you know the narrator says this is the only footage that we have of the man known as Leatherface or whatever the hell he says. And you're like, "Oh shit, like this was real. Like this happened." No, it didn't happen. It did not happen. Even though the movie says that it's based on true events, which it is, that specific story did not happen. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's fireworks going on. They're pretty fucking loud. There's mortars going off all over around where my addition where I live. So, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the movie Psycho, and I'm trying to remember the other one. But those main characters, those are based on true events. They're based on a true person, but not those characters. Those movies are based off one person, a serial killer from, I believe, the 50s, and his name was Ed Gein. Remember that. Ed Gein. I think it's Gein, something like that. But it's Ed Gein. He is the person that those characters are based off of. It is the shit he did was crazy. And when you think about Leatherface and the freaking dude from the movie Psycho, you know. Yeah. Same shit. Let's see, another person. Oh my God. Another person put a GIF on here, and it's Chucky. It says, "Hi, I'm Chucky. Want to play?" Yep. That shit is ugly. Let's see. Another person said The Shining. Another person here says, seriously though, why? Just say her name. Because if you've watched The Neverending Story, at the end, this little girl is yelling at the main character, Sebastian, and she's telling him, just say my name. Like, you can save the entire world by just saying my name. And he's like, I can't keep my feet off the ground. Oh, geez. If you haven't watched it, you have to watch it. Let's see. Black Cauldron? Any Nightmare on Elm Street movie? Oh, someone posted the movie My Girl. My Girl. I don't remember the girl's name, but it has her real name, that is. But Macaulay Culkin's in it, and he's allergic to bees. And dude, there is a traumatizing ass scene in there where he ends up getting like swarmed. He gets attacked by a swarm of bees, and he dies. Spoiler alert! Sorry if you haven't watched it, but that one is pretty messed up. Yep, I remember that. That is messed up, and also, this was a few years ago now. But Macaulay Culkin has a website, I think it's called Bunny Ears or something like that, and he has, like, some comedy stuff on there and a podcast. I haven't listened to this yet, but there is a video or one of the episodes that he did where he's interviewing the bees from My Girl. Again, I have not watched it, but it's hilarious that he did this mock interview with the bees that killed his character in My Girl. Oh, Erica here says, "Oh my god, My Girl, that movie still makes me cry." Dude, that's a messed up scene. Like, I haven't watched that movie in years, but watching it now, I probably would be all me me me. I probably would not. Yeah, I'm with you, Erica. Yes. Jamie says, I was never afraid of Chucky. My mom went to school with a guy who was in a suit, made him less scary. Oh, what? Somebody over here says, oh, Black Beauty. They said was one that traumatized them. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Let's see. Oh, someone said E.T. Wow. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Why? Gene Wilder is a genius. Like, I love him in that movie. Loved him as an actor in general. But that character right there, like Willy Wonka was a dispatcher, dude. Straight up. Like, you know he was. That dark humor, quick quips, like all of it. I think my favorite was oh, which kid was it? But he goes, "Stop, murder, police." He's such an asshole, man. He's so funny. Love it. But I guess I don't know what would have been traumatizing. Maybe um what's his name? Slugworth. Slugworth was kind of creepy, right? He was just like showing up everywhere like Men in Black. Every time somebody would win, he'd show up and he's like, "Hello, little children. I would like you to get my everlasting gobstopper." But also, I guess the way like the kids oh wait, Veronica um during the tunnel scene. The tunnel scene. Like when they're on the boat and they're all freaking out and he's there and he's like, "There's no way of knowing where on earth we're going. Is there?" That part, I guess, is kind of traumatizing, right? Because he's like singing and everything, and one of the dads goes, "He's singing," and he's like, "Ah, the danger must be growing." And they're like, "Enough," and he's like, "You are right, sir. Stop," and it's just like done, and that's it. And you're like, "What the fuck was that?" Like, you know, the people who wrote that, and when they're like storyboarding and everything, they're like dropping acid or something, right? They're just taking all kinds of psychedelics. They're like, "Oh my god, okay, hear me out, all right, hear me out. We got this scene, okay, picture it. It's Willy Wonka's factory. They get on this boat, right? And they start going to this other area, and Wonka just starts freaking out, okay, right, right, and right before that, Violet starts picking her nose." You know those guys had to have been on something, man. That movie's a trip, but I love it. It is so good. Let's see. The Exorcist, another person for The Exorcist. Hellraiser. Yep, that's one. Children of the Corn. Dude. Yep, Children of the Corn. That one. That was some craziness right there. What was it? Malachi and I can't remember the other dude's name. But they were creepy, but it was a good movie, man. More Stephen King. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, let me see here. Let me see if there was any others that were added. Looks like okay. Let me look over here on for the podcast page because there's a bunch of them. Char, what is going on, Char? Wish I could tune in tonight. I'm headed to a job. Be safe and have fun. I hope you have a good rest of your night and shift and everything. Watch the replay if you get a chance because we're talking about traumatizing movies. All right, so somebody over here said Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Never have I ever watched The Neverending Story though, but you know who/what I did find traumatizing? Ronald McDonald. I guess I never thought about that. Yeah. And the movie It too, right? Tim Curry though, genius. You can't get better than Tim Curry. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people like the new like the reboots of It, but dude, Tim Curry is the shit. Fight me. Prove me wrong. That dude is awesome. Clue, Rocky Horror, just anything that he was in. Home Alone 2. Tim Curry. Awesome. But this person says Ronald McDonald. Always in my nightmares, just smiling at me straight out of a commercial with that wave of his. You're right. Oh my God. Oh, I hope I don't dream that tonight. That's creepy. He's gonna be coming up like in my dreams, walking up. It's like, would you like a burger, Ricardo? And then all I hear is rabble, 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 and fucking Mayor McCheese comes out and he's like, rah! Oh, fuck that. Oh, Vanessa says Leprechaun. That's another one. Warwick Davis, the dude from Willow and from Star Wars, another good actor right there. Let's see. Poltergeist was also traumatic. Yes, Poltergeist, a little girl at the TV, and she's like, "They're here," and you're like, "No, no, they're not." Run. That movie is cursed, though. Have you ever seen any behind the scenes stuff about Poltergeist? A lot of the people who were in that movie passed away in like some crazy ways. And apparently, the scene from Poltergeist, so they had a pool, right? It hadn't been filled or anything yet. The hole was just there. And the mom ends up in the hole, and there's like, the water's coming up and she's like swimming, and there's a bunch of like skeletons and shit. Supposedly, apparently, allegedly, whatever you want to use, those were real. Like those were real, like cadavers and shit. Like those were real. And they say that that movie was cursed, man. Look it up. I'm not shitting you. Look it up. That makes that movie even more creepy and traumatic. See, Poltergeist was also traumatic. I watched on a cable channel while I was homesick one day, and I never again let any toy spend the night with me in my bedroom, nor did I trust backyard swimming pools from the point forward, nor static on the TV. Did a little blip start to come up on the TV screen. Time to run. Yeah, dude. Because again, if you've never seen that movie, watch it. I dare you. Another person says Willy Wonka. So when the boy was sucked up the chocolate tube, I was done. Fucking Augustus Gloop. Augustus, man, he's all like just eating all the chocolate and shit from the river, and then he falls in, gets sucked up into the tube, and the mom's like, "Help, help, help me. It will be turned into marshmallows in 50 seconds." And he's like, "That's absurd. That tube doesn't go to the marshmallow room." Again, Wonka's such a dick, man, but he's so funny. Uh, let's see. Labyrinth. Somebody said Labyrinth. All right. Jaws. Oh, this person says Jaws. I saw it when I was 6. Yeah, I can see why that would have been traumatizing. The Birds. Ah, that's another good one. And then someone said It. Yeah. Damn. That was awesome. Thank you, all of you, for chiming in, man. That was a lot of fun. I wanna check and make sure there's not another one on here. Oh, Dawn of the Dead. Yep, Dawn of the Dead. That one was a good one. Love that movie. The original and the remake. Woo! Badass. Oh, well. Oh, let me let me take this off the screen. I can just imagine anybody who was, like, coming on here and was like, "What the hell does he have on the screen?" This was good. Again, this is what open mic is all about. Whether we are sharing funny 911 stories or just, like, some personal shit. This is why it's fun to have all of you on here and to be able to talk and joke and do all this other stuff, because again, that's what open mic is all about. If you had a low number, I hope your number went up. I'm way above a 10 right now. What are your numbers? Put them out there, please. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being shitty, 10 being awesome. How are you feeling now? How are you doing? I know we talked about some traumatic shit, the movies, but these are memories, right? These are memories. We reflect on it. Jamie says, Bambi subconsciously traumatized me. I still won't shoot a doe if she has a fawn with her. Oh, yeah, Bambi. That's another one. That is definitely another one. So I want to say this really quick. Oh, Vanessa, 10 plus. This was fun. Yeah, this was definitely fun. Thank you all for being here. This was good. I'm gonna have to throw something else out there like that too, because that was cool. Um, Next week, I'm flying out to Florida on a secret project. I will be posting up pictures on Monday, Tuesday. On Tuesday, those who are subscribers of the podcast will get to find out. You will get to find out before anybody what it is that I'm going to be doing in Florida. I'm super excited. Super excited. But I'll give you a hint. Here's the hint. Moon pies and 7-Up. That's all I'm saying. Vanessa is at a 10 plus, Jamie at a 10, Rebecca still low, maybe a 4, dealing with family stuff. I hope things get better. And even though the number is low, it's all good. You were here with us, and we're here all together in support of each other. So if you need anything, reach out to all of us. I hope things get better for real. And everyone who's been here, thank you. Again, this has been a lot of fun. Make sure next week, again, July 10th through the 14th, check out 911 Women Inc. Again, they're celebrating their 4th birthday, and they'll have an auction, donations, all that good stuff. They do a lot of great things, so please make sure to help support and share what they are doing for the 911 community, and just for everyone involved. Excellent group. Make sure to check them out and check out the auction. There's a lot of good stuff on there. A lot of good stuff. And I wish them the best. It's going to be good. Well, next week is going to be super fun with what I'm going to be doing. And I cannot wait for all of you to find out. I cannot wait to share it. Once again, Imagine Listening is out there for pre-order and they will start being shipped out July 25th. Thank you so much, all of you, for your patience. Um, we're not expecting for everything to blow up the way it did and blow up in a good way, that is. Um, So thank you for that. But again, this book wouldn't be anything without all of you and your courage to share your stories for the I Am 911 movement. So thank you so much for that. The ebook is up there and the ebook is already climbing the ranks on Amazon. So check it out. It's going to end up going out to Apple Books and all other ebook places where you can get an ebook. So make sure to look out for all of that. And this live broadcast has been sponsored by InDigital, a leader next gen core services. Big shout out to subscribers of the podcast. As always, thank you for everything. I wouldn't be able to do what I do if it wasn't for all of you. So thank you so much. If you have any comments, questions, or you want to be a guest on the show, you can email us, and that's going to be WTTpodcast@gmail.com. Once again, that is WTTpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us on social media. You can become a subscriber of the podcast. But to make it easier, simply go to what you see in the bottom left-hand corner, and that is links.co/WTT podcast. That is links with two I's, .co/WTT podcast. You can listen to the latest episode there. You can find all of my social media spots where you can follow, and you can email me from there. You can become a subscriber of the podcast for bonus material, discounts to the store, swag, all of that good stuff. Pre-order the book from there. Everything is there. Link in bio style. So check it out there. Thank you again. And this can be seen on Facebook, YouTube, as well as Twitter. And for the flagship show, you can listen 24/7 on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, your favorite podcasting app, and withinthetrenches.net. Have a good one, everybody. I love you all. Thank you for everything. And I will see you in the next one. Cheers.